All right. Hopefully this is going. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties there and I was trying to get the whole thing going, but hopefully we are going live. So I'll just wait until folks get in here and then we'll take it from there. Hopefully that'll be fine. All right. Let's just wait and see. I'm hoping that I got all my stuff all going on here. Let me just see. Oh, let's see. Hopefully this is going. There we go. Okay. Gary, first one I see in the chat. Russ, I got you in there. All right. Now I'm still kind of fiddling, farting around with all this kind of thing, and hopefully we can actually put some other things on here. So let me just see. I'm just doing a few little housekeeping items here. There we go. That's one that I want right there. There we go. Yeah, I want it to be a little bit of a celebration there. Okay. Click OK to that. And hopefully that's good. All right, let's just cut that over. There. Now that looks a little bit more celebratory. Hey guys, how is everybody doing? Wow, we are celebrating 45,000 subscribers. We did it as a community, and get this. Right now, we're actually at 45,300, and it has been an amazing ride. Guys, I just want to thank you so much because it's truly humbling to Judy and I that this community has come out and showed the support that you guys have shown. And we're going to do something in a few things in this live stream. I hope you're really going to love and stuff like that. Hey, I'm going to try and see if I can't move my image up here just a little bit. Try that. Now there. Well, it doesn't look as, you want to get some of those ribbons in there, but just don't want it all over my face there. So, well, yeah, we do that. Let's try that. There, that's a little better. All right. So let's see who's in the house and just welcome everybody. Gary, yeah, first one in. Russ, Baron, Tony Sutherland. Hey, Tony, I love that. Oh, I should have had a nice big mug, but I didn't. I was just rushing around. We got some guys in here doing some work. Judy's kind of renovating our pantry and stuff like that. And so we got this notice from the county and, we didn't catch it in the mail. So she had to run down the post office to pick it up. And I'm like, hey, man, I paid my taxes. So what are they doing? Maybe they're charging us a little more. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, so I didn't get fully set up the way I wanted to, but good to be here. That is for sure. Booshing off, Amiro. There, Thomas Oakpal, CJ Healthy Life, Claudia Miranda. Hello from Florida. Well, hey, Florida. I am going to be at Cape Canaveral, the Quantum Financial Summit, March 8th and 9th. And there's a lot of other folks going to be showing up over there. And maybe we'll pull up, what that looks like and the event and everything. We went to the last one. We met a whole ton of amazing people down there. And I'll tell you what, cannot wait to connect with everybody. So we will be in Florida. David's there. So did I call out? Oh, Izzle out. Colimita. Yay. Thank you so much. I see your comments and they have always been just tremendous in the comment section. And I want to say thank you. I absolutely want to say thank you because I do read all the comments, guys. Now, up until we had 10,000 subscribers, I used to go in there and comment back to every single one of them and all that. And then I think it was up until we had almost about 30 or 35,000 where I would go in and put a heart and a like on all the ones that everyone that made a comment got a heart and a like for sure. And it just got to the point where my family was getting nuts. We'd be at the restaurant, I'd be in my nose in my phone and all that kind of stuff. And finally, they're like, okay, if you're going to be on your phone, we're not going out with you anymore. So I had to kind of stop, but that doesn't mean I don't take the time to get in there and really read them all. Gerald Babb, when can I retire? Well, hey, set the date. Plan for it. How about that? EnviroSolar Films. Hey, hi, David. Bless you guys. Al La Rochelle. I think I pronounced it from Saskatchewan. Well, hey, I know Saskatchewan, that's for sure. I remember do you remember the Proclaimers? They would sing that song. Well, I can say Saskatchewan without starting to stutter. Remember that song? That was a good one. I really loved it. Anyway, been to Saskatchewan many a time. Tara Putnam, hello, Texan. Yes. Oh, and by the way, today I just got something in the mail that really excites me. I finally got my United States passport. And boy, I asked them when I was down there getting it. I said, listen, I want the thickest book you can give me because I plan on filling it up. Guys, Judy and I, after the top of this run, we are literally going on a world tour. Now, we want to go to Australia. We're going to hit UK for sure. Maybe we'll even be over there in Germany. Ireland, all those places. Dubai, absolutely. We're heading over to Dubai again. We love Dubai, but we're going to hit all these places. And when we do, we're going to be setting up meet and greets. Now, we'll prearrange it at those times. It will not cost you a dime, but we're going to have to RSVP. And the first, once the RSVP list is filled, then hey, we're good. Because of course, some of these places, they only can take so many people, right? So, but it's not going to cost you a penny. We're going to do all kinds of appies, we'll maybe, have some drinks and stuff together and things like that, but it's going to be on us because I'll tell you what, you guys have been so amazing. And that is one of the things we are absolutely going to do. So we got Jack Jenkins, Salt Light. Hey, I love that. I love that. We are supposed to be Salt and Light. Way out. Crypto Cowboy. Oh my gosh. If this is the genuine Crypto Cowboy, I'll tell you what, I have wanted to connect, and I know I think we've missed each other a few times at some of these Jake Claver events. Now we're going to the next Digital Fusion Summit. We're going to be there too, and it is going to be an amazing time. We've met so many people through that organization and really have been blessed. Jake Claver, I'll tell you guys, person to person, he is one of the most amazing people in my estimation in this space. He's genuinely out there really trying to get some solutions to help us as the retail crowd be able to benefit on some of these institutional things that they got going. So really appreciate him. Shannon Miller, good morning, XRP. Remember when Good Morning Vietnam, for those of us older guys would remember that movie. Golf and Rob, good morning. Thank you for your insight. My daughters live in McKinney. Yay. Well, I'll tell you what, if you ever bounce into Judy and I, whether we're, at Costco, in Winco, at a restaurant or whatever, we have met some amazing folks in this community. I've even had opportunity to coach folks that have met us while we've been sitting down eating. We do not mind. We don't mind it at all. If people see us and they want to say hello, we welcome them. We get up, we greet, we hug, we take pictures, we do all that. It doesn't matter. And it's not because we think we're something special. It's because we want to be so humble. Look, if you put yourself out here on YouTube and you're making yourself available this way and that kind of thing, well, then come on, you got to expect that should we're nothing more normal than anybody else. I mean, we still shop and eat and do all these things. Well, if people want to come up and say hello to you, then to me, that is the right thing to do, guys. And that's how we deal with it right there. Don't let it go the old bean, that's for sure. Jordan Smith, morning congrats. Hey, Dean. Oh my gosh, Dean. Look, guys, I've been trying to get out to this Venice Island, Florida, and I have talked to Rob 007 personally on the phone about trying to work it out. But the way it actually, I don't know if we're going to make it to that one. We are going to the QFS, but right thereafter is Rob's deal, and it is a big anniversary for Judy and I. And so I plan on taking her away on a Caribbean holiday. And when we get down there, guys, I'm going to be doing some videos on the beach, and we're going to the Bahamas. And so just to celebrate, being with her all them years, I'll tell you what, guys, one of the best things in life, you get anybody standing beside you that tells you they love you, that are the music to your ears. I'll tell you what, that money can't buy. I'll tell you right there. David watching from Canada. So Dean, by the way, man, I love you. Dean, and by the way, I'm going to say this about Dean. And, maybe he didn't want me to give out his name there. That was a faux pas on my part. But, he still has his anonymity because there's about 1,000,001 Deans in the wide world. Dean and I, we traveled this crypto journey together. We did it together. We were there together. We saw the whole thing up, and get this, he was my third subscriber, probably within the first day that I started this channel. And I really, really appreciate him in a big, big way, and just throwing that out there. So Forgive me if I had that little faux pas there, Dean. But he is an amazing guy in this space and one of the best people if you get to meet him. And so let me just make sure I'm not missing anybody. I want to make sure we got William Shivers, Don J, Kevin Sinclair, hey Kendall Kelly, hey. Thank you. The success is because of us all together, Kendall, for sure. We got Paul. Now, Paul Sagbakken, I'm thinking, and Norway. Wow, fantastic. That amazes me, the amount of people around the wide world. David Armstrong there, hoping to get my wife retired by 2030. It's always possible. It would blow your mind. You can't make it up. It's just amazing what happens. Um, well, you're going to meet me there either way. And you know what, Claudia? Do whatever you feel is best. You will meet me in person. You go down there. I had somebody show up that really it humbled us a lot. Now, they didn't even get tickets to go to the event, but they drove 2 hours. Can you imagine? And we're waiting there by the door for me to come out so he and his wife could meet Judy and I. And you know what? We took about 15, 20, 30 minutes with those folks. And I was truly humbled by that big time. And so, yeah, definitely we can connect. Um, Yay, if I can make it there to Spain, you had better believe. My son and his wife, they went down there. They lived in Spain for a little while. And I would love to do that. Don Burkett, hey, absolutely. Hey, Don, great, amazing guy. Really love him and has had a number of good conversations over there with Don, that's for sure. Haley J, congrats on your subscribers question. Do you think that no capital gains tax will actually go through? If so, how long will that take to pass and who would have to approve it? Well, I do believe that, when you are talking about a change to the tax code, has to be a legislative thing because, of course, the tax code is legislation. Now, I do not believe that they can actually do that with an executive order. Maybe they can, but I do believe that, yes, I think that when we see this digital asset space after this advisory group, right, does that executive order, the 180 days within that 6 months, they're going to be coming out with a lot of proposals. One of them very well could be no capital gains for digital assets that are issued here in the United States. And I do believe an act of Congress will be required for that, but not positive whether that can be done by executive order, but I suspect that. And we got Miss 78, another one from the Netherlands. Wow, bless God. Gareem Davidson. Hi, David. Hope you are well. Can't wait for XRP to go live. I am in Scotland. Wow. Guys, I'm waiting for Judy to get back from the post office, but depending on when she comes in. But this morning, what most folks don't know, I have about as English name as you can imagine, right? Branscombe. How much English to that? Actually named after a little village way, way down there in the far south of England. Well, amazingly enough, I was adopted. And I'm as Scottish to the bone. Actually, I was adopted. I was adopted by an English family, but my background heritage is all Scottish and it's MacDonald of the Isles. And when I was over there in the UK, right across from the Museum of Natural History, there was this little Scottish shop tucked in the wall there. And down in the basement, there was a guy in there, and he was actually a tailor making all of the various traditional wear for us Scottish folks. So I went down there. I got him to make me a kilt and the whole kit and caboodle, and I have it here. I got my gilly brogues, I got my ski and doog, I think that's how it's pronounced. And I got the whole kit and caboodle. And Judy says when I'm wearing it, I look like a leprechaun. Well, I had it back there. I've laid it out on my bed, and I was thinking maybe for today's live stream, I might put that thing on. We'll see if we have the time to do it. But I have done it in prior ones, and it is a joy to me. And I think we just celebrate their Robbie Burns Day not too long there. And, Robbie Burns, a lot of people would know him for the poem Old Lang Syne, right? But he is a long, just an amazing Scottish poet. I think he was in the 1700s or something like that. Great heritage there. Verhoofdy Fluten, and I've always loved that. I've always loved seeing that. It just makes me feel good inside when I see your handle there, Verhoofdy Fluten. It just makes me feel joy. I'll tell you what. David, any thoughts on Ripple holding so much of the XRP supply? What would you surmise they plan for that? Well, they have been slowly liquidating that. Now, every month we see the the escrow coming out, right? And a lot of times you get these articles, oh, Ripple just released 1 billion XRP. My gosh, the market's going to get flooded and we're going to get decimated. Never, ever happens, but you can count on it like clockwork that an article comes out about it. What happens is they release those escrows, take about 200 million off the top, and then the rest of it goes back in. Now, Ripple has not sold one XRP to retail since 2019. Those 200 million, XRP that they hold back, they utilize that to sell to their on-demand liquidity partners, these major banking institutions and money service businesses around the world that utilize that for the purpose for which XRP was even created. Cross-border remittances. So when all these guys come out and say, oh, nobody's using XRP, that is hogwash. In fact, you can go to Ripple's website, you can pull up their quarterly reports, and you will see the hundreds of millions of dollars that they have earned selling that XRP to institutional, players that are out there utilizing XRP. Very big deal, guys, right there. Jay Hernandez, what's up? Absolutely, for sure. Now, my comments, because a lot of people making comments. Oh, thanks. I see there. Chocolate Tobler, I appreciate your graciousness. No worries about saying my first name. An amazing, amazing guy. And absolutely, if you're going to be in Vegas, we will sit down, brother. We will have a meal together. You can better believe it. That is for sure. All right, so let's take a look here. I just want to make sure, because I was going down the list, and then you know what it did? It jumped out on me. It jumped on me. And so of course now I'm having to go back in and go back here and backtrack, because boy, oh boy, we got a lot of comments in here, guys. And if I miss you, please know I love you, I appreciate you. I'm gonna try and catch all of them. All right. Now we got Almost Analog. He says, hey, David, congratulations on the milestone. I like you. Thank you for your excellent videos. Really help the newbies stay calm. Well, you know what? And he loves Sugar on Sunday. I myself know what that absolutely feels like, because I was there. And what you're getting, guys, when you're hearing me, you're getting my 100% biased opinion, unfiltered. I absolutely believe you, what I'm telling you, to be sure. If I didn't believe, and by the way, if this ship's going down, we're all going down together, right? Because Judy and I, boy, are we into it deep. Absolutely, for sure. Now, Timothy Let It, watch every day. Whoa, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate all of y'all that are watching it every day. It's because of you guys that we even can do these, milestone celebrations, right? Aaron Higarda, good morning, new subscriber, like the education on TA. Well, I don't really do TA. I report technical analysis. I don't do technical analysis, but I certainly report what these guys say, because, hey, we're all kind of trying to peg where it is in the wide world. And these are the guys that actually look over the past and they make those technical analysis, and then they come up with these, future projections, and we report on them. That's what we do. Okay, Nino Barcerat, hello from Mexico. Oh boy, do we ever love being down there. Judy and I'll tell you, and the family have been down there. It's just quite amazing, beautiful space. Now, Daniel Jesso, hi, David. We have the best community in the world. Yes, we do. I believe we do. Now, I have seen other communities in crypto, and I've watched in the comments, and I'm telling you, if you think that ours are dicey, I have seen some that would literally shock what you would actually expect to come out of human beings, fingers. I was going to say their mouths, but the stuff that goes on is truly wild. So I absolutely believe that we do have the best community in all of crypto, because it is really amazing to see the support that you guys really show one another. Now, Drew it yourself. You're awesome, David. We appreciate you, and right back at you guys. Really appreciate you, Drew. I really appreciate it. All right, so let's see here. 8 Mile Style added some whiskey to my coffee this morning. Now, a lot of guys, a lot of folks come in and they think, what is in this guy's coffee? Well, it's not what's in my coffee, guys. It's what's in my soul. That's where it is. The coffee is just basic K-Cups from, Costco, and I put a little bit of natural hazelnut syrup in there. And we put some cinnamon shavings that have been ground down in there. And, natural cream, got away from all that coffee mate stuff. That was you guys. Now, I'm sure I can make it even healthier, that's for sure. But any case, a lot of folks think that all my enthusiasm, that, boy, this guy must be taking some, maybe he got a little bit of mushroom flakes in there, those magic mushrooms. But I don't, guys. You know what it is? It's the genuine joy that I have in my life. I've trained myself in this way. I will always want to keep a very healthy and positive attitude about the future, even though, look, we've had our heartache and we've had our heartbreak, and you allow yourself to feel that. But what a lot of folks may find out about me, if you don't already know, because I have communicated this before, I have a couple of things that I deal with. One of them is I have obsessive compulsive disorder, and I'm also a little bit on the Asperger's side of things. If you ever get to meet me, you'll probably identify it right quick. But needless to say, I used to be so negative, and my anxiety was off the Richter scale. And with obsessive compulsive, it's not just the obsessive thinking; it's the compulsion to do it. You couldn't get away from it. So, I for years tried to stop that, because I didn't want to be medicated to the high heavens, and I don't take any medication for those things now. But, the way I overcame that in this regard is I thought, you know what? It is an impossibility. I am not going to be able to rewire my mind, rewire my brain to not have that OCD. So instead I thought, if I'm going to obsess, then I'm going to obsess on the positive. And so I have just taught myself, trained my mind to do that. I refuse to allow death and destructive and no hope kind of thinking to take over my thoughts. I refuse it. I will not. I will not. Even, some say, oh, you're being self-deceived. It does not mean I'm going to deny reality, but I get it from this. I get it out of Romans 4. Now, not everyone's going to believe this, but that's okay. In Romans 4, it talks about Abraham, and Abraham was this guy that was promised an amazing promise way, way, way back thousands of years ago. And the promise was that he was going to have descendants as numerous as the sand on the seashore and the stars in the sky. Well, it wasn't coming to pass for a long time. But this is what this passage says. It says, against all hope, Abraham in hope believed, and so became the father of many nations, just as it had been promised him, so shall your offspring be. Without weakening in his faith, he faced the fact that his body was as good as dead since he was about 100 years old, right? And that Sarah's womb was also dead, meaning she was past the childbearing years. But he did not waver in unbelief regarding the promises of God, but gave glory to God, being fully persuaded that God had the power to do what he had promised. Well, you can see that I put that one to memory. I put a lot of them to memory. That's one of the great blessings God has given me. I have an ability to read things and pretty near remember everything I read for a long, long time. I don't know why. It just happens. But needless to say, that thing, I love it because it says against all hope. I mean, how many situations have we run into that look and feel totally hopeless? But it says in hope, Abraham believed. Why? Because, see, he wasn't putting his hope on whatever the circumstances were right then and there. He was putting his hope on the God that he had given him the promise, that he had the ability to fulfill the promise. Now, if somebody makes a promise, whose responsibility is it to fulfill that promise? Well, of course, it's the one who made the promise, not the one who received it, right? Well, I'll tell you what, you get into the pages of the Bible, and I'll tell you the promises that God has made towards you and I as human beings is truly phenomenal. And you know what the problem is? Most people just don't believe them anymore. That's the deal. But boy, you can change that just like that. I believe the promises, and so that's where all that excitement comes from. Now, Watching from snowy Iowa, David Armstrong says, well, hey, I can understand that. I lived in snow, and I'm going to be going up and visiting my mom in Canada right soon, and maybe I'll be able to do some videos up there and show you the heaps and heaps of snow that usually is there. All right, Paul Rowe. I think I got Claudia there. Paul Rowe. Love the channel. Feels like family. Happy days to come. XRP holding big bags for sure. NM Zebrick Network. Not sure what that is. Fane April, so good to see you live. Well, hey, I'm glad I am alive. That's for sure. I used to say, how people complain, oh, they're getting older and their birthdays. Well, you stop having birthdays. Now you have something to worry about. That's for sure. Okay. When it gets rough, in drop, I need your well, hey Steve, I need them too. I'll tell you what. I'm talking to myself when I'm talking to you. That's for sure. Coffee Bean, hi David. Donald McLean, Newmarket, Ontario. Know exactly where Newmarket is. I'm ready to bail from Canada. Our crime minister. Love it, love it, love it. Yes, he's talking about joining the EU. Oh yeah, but he's against joining the US. Come on, you can't just forfeit the sovereignty either way, right? Lord Testicles, good evening. Well, I'll tell you what, I give you credit for having a name like that. That takes some balls, I guess we'll say it that way, to literally, and that's no pun intended, tongue in cheek, of course. Paul Rowe, XRP, whoop, hi all. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I loved being in UK. One of the places in the wide world where I genuinely felt at home was in the UK. I'll tell you that right now. Russ Bain, QSS will be interesting. Hi from Spain, we got that. Okay, let me just keep going down here. Yeah, it is. David Armstrong says, David's a great name. Well, David means beloved, right? Who doesn't want to be loved, right? Okay, so let me just keep. Hey, and there's another David right there. Drive Designs. Drive Designs in the house. I'll tell you what, you see all these hats right here? Well, Drive Designs is the guy who put them together. Everybody asks, hey, where are you getting those hats? Well, we have been talking together, and we are going to connect at XRP Vegas about setting up a site where you can buy these hats. And he sent me, oh my gosh, talk about generosity. The guy sent me a bunch of these hats, sent me a beautiful jacket and a bunch of shirts and stuff like that, just to demonstrate the quality of the material that he uses in making these things. And I did a little video of it all. And I'll tell you what, guys, when this thing goes and you're able to purchase these things, now it's not going to be the $10, $15, $20 you pay for those flimsy bread shop hats. And unfortunately, by the way, for those, I have a bread shop, spread shop or whatever it is. But I only put it on there because people were wanting to have some merch, but we have no control over the quality of it or anything like that. But I'll tell you what, these hats here, are they ever phenomenal, 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 really amazing. 8 Mile Style, holding XRP for wife changing money. Well, I'm glad, I won the love lottery when I married Judy. I'll tell you that right now. And there is no amount of money on this wide world that would ever change my mind on that. I'll tell you that. Okay. Yay, there we go. Love Pakistani. Look, anywhere in the wide world, it amazes me. We got people, this XRP family, reaching every country on the face of the earth, maybe even Antarctica. Have you ever thought of that? It'd be wild to see. Resist Control. That's an interesting name. Yeah, we want to resist control for sure. Okay, I am making my way down the list, guys, and I really appreciate your patience as I do it. Hopefully you're getting some entertainment, and we want to get on some conversations too. Hello from Illinois. Sushi with Satoshi. Wow, I like that there. Tomato Pete. Hey, congrats. Congrats to all of us, that is for sure. William Shivers. Hello. Okay, Sir Photography. Tom and Connie, wow, bless God. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very, very much. All right. Carol and Kevin send you blessings from Spain. Well, thank you, guys. Bless you too. Okay. Kendall, good morning. Okay. I think I'm not sure if I didn't get you. Yes, I think we did. Thank you so much. Okay. Now we're coming down here and let me just see. I'm just making my way down here. Wow, guys. Okay. Martin Sewell, Martin and Mary here from the UK. Thanks for all your info. Congrats on your 45,000. Hey, guys, thank you so much. I really value that. And I hope to see you when we get over there. And I will be letting everybody know when we're coming over. Okay, brother, may God continue 100 plus more years of life for you and her truly blessed to subscribe. Well, you know what? The blessing of the Lord, it makes a man rich, adds no sorrow to it. I believe that one right there. Yeah, it is. It is. Okay, my company I retired from has a warehouse in McKinney. Oh yeah, well that's wild. That's wild. Nikki and New Jersey. Hey, I have one. That is a part of the country I have not yet been up to. New York and New Jersey in that area, and I want to go to that. So Brad Tays now, Brad, amazing, amazing. Congrats, David. This has been a great experience growing with you. Think my mom might have been one of your teachers. Wow, that would be interesting. It's possible. It's possible. Yeah, man, just email me and tell me who your mom was. I'll tell you if that's the case, but it's a possibility, that's for sure. Dylan, I wrote you back there, and I loved meeting you together. Dylan and I had a bunch of different, interactions together. And my schedule has been so amazingly busy. I mean, off the Richter scale, we're doing so much with the family. We had, weddings and this and this and that and on. And I have not been able to catch up. But hopefully, as things, settle down, maybe in the summer, Dylan, I'll be able to meet with you again. But I just wanted to say thank you so much. I appreciate you very much. Silent. And by the way, when we come to the UK, I will be letting you know in advance so that you can make it out there. And I know that you have other people that support you, that would help you to get there. And you will definitely be someone on my list that will get it. Will get an invite for sure. Okay, Silas the Virus. Just had my first sip of coffee. Enjoying it with you guys. XRP is a winner for sure. Yes, it is. We have, guys, come on. We've won. We've won big time. Do you know XRP is holding at a level of strength that a lot of these digital assets have not been able to maintain? I mean, we are head and shoulders above the water right now. All right, so let me see. Now, let me just see if I don't know if I mentioned Sandra Sabanite. Let's go. Absolutely. David Inman. God bless you. There we go. CJ Health, Vietnam. Wow, wow, wow. There's a lot of places in that part of the world I absolutely want to meet and go to as well. And okay, I am often in Southern California. Judy came from Torrance, California, and that kind of stuff. And we got kids in various cities like Studio City. We got kids in Gardena, kids in Inglewood, different parts out that way. Absolutely. And Ohio, wow, Daniel. Well, you could probably be mighty cold up there in Ohio, I suspect. All right. Let me just see. Peter Jordan, XRP is dropping again. Hey, it's going to bounce up and it is going to bounce down. And when it goes, look, when Judy and I were in this space, it was just tinkering along just like this, just tinker. It was the last, 6 to 12 weeks. Bang, bang. It just went bananas. It literally, you would not have expected it, just woof right up there like that. Yep. All right. Southern California, we got that one there. I am almost at the end of my comments, guys, and we want to dive into some big time deals. Okay. Are you going to be around Iowa sometime? Not in a nice little bit. In fact, I had planned, to go up to, up in Kansas up there for February, and was going to meet with Michael. Michael, great supporter of the channel and all that kind of stuff. And needless to say, it didn't work in January, hasn't worked in February, and we're wanting to get back up there. And when I do go to these places, I love to meet with folks, in the space, because this is what the community is about. And there are times, hey, I've gone out, I've met people for lunch and different things like that, and try to do that. Now, and by the way, having said that, I've gotten a few emails out there, and I am having a difficult time, but still, I'm down to 92 emails. That's all I got left to reply to. And isn't that amazing considering we're into the hundreds? And so I'm really trying to do that right there. Okay, let's just take a look here. No, Sanders asking, do you think there's going to be a shakeout before a breakout? Well, I have witnessed so many of them. And to me, I don't think, well, they haven't shaken me out, that's for sure. When I see a dip down, when it's significant, like when it looked did that nosedive all the way down to $1.72. Well, for Judy and I, we absolutely were buying the dip, right? Because that is the opportunity. That is how we built our position over time. Look, we didn't have oodles and bags of money. We had a limit of what we could do, but we wanted to be strategic in it. And when we saw the price drop to a level where we thought that was a significant amount of a drop, yes, we went in, and that is how we accumulated a position. And you do that over time, as they say, dollar cost average. And it ends up being a big deal down the road, right? Because when it does pop and you've had that opportunity to accumulate all the way through over those times, wow, does it ever feel amazing when it happens? Hey, I'm sure there's lots of people in here that have absolutely did that. Now, so let's take a look here. And I'm just seeing, okay. Yep, let's discuss crypto. Unbelievable persistent. Now, unbelievable persistent. I'm going to have to call you out a little bit. I've seen a lot of comments, read all your comments, and they are there in the thing, but you haven't really said anything truly positive. I mean, it's always, well, it'll get to this, but no further. Oh, it'll get, but no further. And I understand everybody is going to have, that kind, there's going to be people that are really overly zealous and excited. There's going to be people that are really, not, and all that kind of stuff. But I think, when you're talking about sentiment in this space right now, and we've been in it for over 5 years, Judy and I have been in this space for a long, long time. I don't know any other digital asset right now outside of XRP that is holding on to the level of bullish sentiment that this token is, especially considering that it has been significantly suppressed for a number of years. I mean, a long time. And the amount of FUD that comes to XRP's way. And I'm not talking about things that are not true. I'm talking about fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and people going out there and throwing that in there all the time. Look, guys, I'll tell you what. Don't ever give up on your dreams just because someone else has given up on theirs. And don't ever limit your expectation based on somebody else's conviction. You've got to really do this. Now, I share this in coaching. I'm going to give a free tidbit here. Guys, there's only one way to increase our confidence in anything that we're doing in life. It does not matter what it is in this regard, is you become more and more knowledgeable about it. You educate yourself. You get out there. You build up your own level of confidence, because if you don't, then you're hitching your horse to somebody else's, expectation wagon. And that is not the way to be, to strengthen yourself as an investor. It is not. And, yeah, there is some pain involved. And I've shared this illustration before. But this is what I'll say is this. And this guy's saying, if he thinks it's going to be the top and $7, then that's okay. If that's what he believes. But, because right now, he's saying, hey, I hope I'm wrong. And I understand, and I accept the fact that we're not all going to agree. We have to allow that, guys. We can't just stomp on someone just because they don't believe what we believe in that regard. I mean, you can really tell when it's, kind of like that acidic kind of attack FUD, when the Bitcoin maxis like Matt Kaiser goes wild. But you've got to allow for other opinions and conjecture, or you're never going to become sharper and sharper in your argument in terms of like that. Like, focus on the argument. Don't attack the person. That's kind of how I look at it. So this is what I was going to say there. When Judy and I being in the space for all that amount of time and going through all that we did, well, I'll tell you what, boy, did we ever research it. Now, when you're in that, and yeah, you're having to, there is pain. There is pain involved when you're maturing in this space. Now, I've shared this analogy before, but I went through a massively devastating divorce, and it was really, really sickening on me. I'll tell you when it happened. But needless to say, I had a friend, and he was a franchise owner of an all-state insurance branch. And he was moving to a different location, a different office. And he knew I was in hard times and stuff like that. And he was upgrading his equipment. And he had this fax machine, right? When we had fax machines. That tells you, date myself there. Well, he brought this over to me and says, here, David, I want to give you this fax machine, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, what am I going to do with a fax machine? So I end up taking this thing down to a pawn shop, local pawn shop. And I traded it in, and I brought home this Yamaha guitar, guitar and case and all this kind of stuff. And of course, I always wanted to learn how to play guitar, but I never really got to it. Well, here I am going through this divorce, living alone, on and on and on. And I thought, well, this would be a good distraction for me, because it'll, I'll be able to meditate on this and not think about all the ugliness that's going on, kind of thing like that. Well, I end up, and by the way, the first song in the songbook, I kid you not, was Lost My Partner. The world is sick and crazy in some aspects, just the way things turn out. But I can laugh now, but back then I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane. And the reason is it was only 2 chords in that song, right? So it's one of the easiest ones to learn. But needless to say, I'm putting my fingers on the strings there, and they are getting sore, sore, sore. And I mean so sore that they eventually developed, like they cracked, and they would be tender, they bleed, and they developed like a callus, a cap on it. And every time I'd pick up that guitar, I'd be looking at where to put my fingers on those strings. And, I thought I'm never going to learn how to play this, but I just kind of stuck with it. Well, one day I picked up the guitar and boom, my fingers went right where they needed to go. And it was like, I was like, wow, muscle memory, of course. But a light bulb went off of me. You know what I realized? Look, anytime we want to make a change in our life, learn something new, a new discipline or whatever, paradigm shift. Hey, there's maybe some pain involved there for sure. Yeah. But you know what? If you stick with it long enough, it becomes effortless. Now, when I pick up that guitar and I think G, well, hey, my fingers go to G. When I think D, they go to D. When I think C, they go to C. You know what I mean? And some people, they play those guitars like they were born with it, but they weren't. And this is the deal. Don't give up. Dig, 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 dig. And it may feel like pain to figure out how to do it all now, but eventually you stick with it. Boom, a breakthrough comes, and it doesn't feel as painful as it did before. I've learned that in life right there. So let me just take a look. Russ Barron, To the Moon and Beyond. I appreciate Ryan F says, I've watched Digital Outlook every day for the last 14 months. He is amazing mice, not just XRP, but in general. Appreciate that. All right. All right. Yeah, Ryan, that's what it was at the time. Okay, so now I made it to the bottom. Can you believe it, of the comments thus far? So guys, here we are. I hope we've acknowledged everybody, and especially, look, these, I unbelievable persistent. I mean, I love that username because I'm practically unbelievably persistent as well. And but throw your questions out. Let's have a dialogue. And now Brian's got one out here. Brian Chan's got the first one. I was, hey David, what are your thoughts on Algorand? It has really great uses, real world assets, but now, you know what? I hold some Algorand. I love it because being a positive proof of stake blockchain, of course, Algorand, you just hold it and you actually gain more Algorand for holding it, right? And absolutely, it does have a lot of great use cases, and that kind of thing. It's a U.S. innovative crypto. So if we did see, hey, no capital gains for U.S. cryptos, Algorand would get one for sure. I think it was folks in MIT that came up with Algorand. And yes, I think Algorand has some absolute great fundamentals. There's zero doubt about it. And it's been proven to be a very solid project. Now, that's what I would say. Now, the amount I hold is reflective of where, because we prioritized our portfolio, right? So we weren't putting the same amount of money in each one. And certainly Algorand is one of the ones that we held, and we really, really do believe it has some strength. But of course, my biggest bag is XRP, right? I mean, let's be honest. Okay. Sorry. Oh, Wade, you don't have to be sorry for walking dogs and drinking coffee. Well, no worries. I appreciate that so much. And it's good to have you here. Wade has been here for a long time and probably one of the best supporters of the channel, and really comes out and leaves some great comments, and love to see them. I read them all the time. Well, I appreciate that. I just shared why I have such a positive attitude is because I've trained my mind to focus on those things that are positive. Whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are of noble report. The Bible literally has a scripture that says, think on these things. And this is where you gird up the loins of your mind. And for an OCD kind of guy like me, boy, oh boy, was that ever a big life change to get that in there. What suppresses price so much is going in. Okay, I'm not understanding the question. What suppresses price? Okay. Well, that's a great question. Haley Jade is asking, what is causing the suppression of XRP in terms of price action when we see, like they just reported the other day, whales buying 830 million XRP literally within the last 24 hours just the other day, and it's hundreds of millions a day. And I do have an answer for you. Now, what I am going to do here is I am actually going to add let me just see here. Yeah, a window capture. I'm going to add window capture. And what I'm going to do, I am going to go over here and I'm going to look up something right here. And we are going to answer this question, and hopefully it's a good answer for you. All right, what is this? All right, okay, here we go. There we go. And all right, so let me just take a look. Okay. All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to share. Let me just, here, maybe I can click OK there and add that. Okay, let me just try it now. There we go. Okay. So here, guys, I am going to transition. Now, you won't see me anymore. Don't think you'll see me anymore. But I'm just going to cut this over just to answer Haley's question because it is a great one. Okay. So here I just did a Google search. What is over-the-counter trading? Because it's over-the-counter trading that these major players utilize primarily so that the price doesn't move. And it says it right here. Over-the-counter trading is the buying and selling of securities outside of a major stock exchange. It is also known as off-exchange trading or pink sheet trading. Now, it occurs directly between two parties, often through a broker-dealer network, and it doesn't have the same transparency or liquidity as exchange trading, and the prices aren't always publicly disclosed. Now, it talks about there's different things in there, and you can take a look at that, but that is something I would research. I would research the whole over-the-counter trading deal. Now, let me just go back over here, and I'm just going to try and drop there. There we go. And I can cut back over here. So over-the-counter trading is one way in which a lot of whales do it. And it happens in all markets, not just crypto. And they do that because they want a contracted price. Now, oftentimes, if they're buying big volume like that, it might be even a little lower than what the market price is because, of course, volume matters. And this is how they get these great big bags of it without going out there and moving the price. So, and then, of course, they do, and you have market makers in there. There's all kinds of other things, and you can research market makers and all that. And, that kind of stuff. You want to be able to get out there and really understand how the markets truly work. It's not the whole, yes, but, the basics of markets, of course, is, demand and supply and demand, right? And so, if there's great demand and there's limited supply, usually the price goes up and on and on and on. But as we know, these markets, they are manipulated, guys. They are. All markets have been, and for a long time. The gold market, I mean, JP Morgan, they had an almost $1 billion fine, didn't they, for manipulating the precious metals markets. But to them, that's just a cost of doing business. And, that's when they want it to run, it will run. And believe me, it will have an appreciation point. But this is where you got to fundamentally know what you're holding, right? Now, that's a vital piece. And we talk in detail about this in our coaching sessions that I do. We get into the nitty gritty of a lot of this stuff. And the hope is that you walk away from that with way more understanding than you ever started it. I've had people talk to people and they said, you know what, David, I thought I had a plan until we actually talked, and what you've had to say and this and this and that. And it's very valuable information. and time. I mean, I know I say I advertise it for an hour, but oftentimes it is more than that. But the point is that, the whole goal of that is to make you as razor sharp and as strategic as you can be, so you're not subjected to all this manipulation that goes on. That is the goal. High gas fees with Quant. Quant works off of, I believe now. I know Quant. The gas fees, if Quant, I believe Quant is ERC20. Oftentimes, when you're dealing with exchanges and you're paying these high gas fees, what you're paying is that Ethereum fee. And yeah, I mean, you can have the lowest fee where it's like as slow as possible, right? And most of these guys are not incentivized. In fact, with Ethereum, you literally can see you can add the fees and all this and that, get it up there to a nice high fee. So it incentivizes them to put your transaction through. Now, does that sound like a fair way of actually moving transactions? So if you got loads of money and you're willing to pay a big time fee, oh, we'll get yours through. But this guy over here, he's going to wait hours for that transaction to go through. Totally ridiculous. But that's what goes on. Um, yeah, Gary Gensler's a big fan of Algorand, and the reason why is because Gary Gensler's friends are the ones that developed it while he was working at MIT. Now, the one thing about Gary Gensler is before he ever became the SEC chair, boy, did he ever understand this digital asset space. And he was a believer in Ripple, by the way, and support. It would not surprise me if Gary Gensler held some XRP, to be completely honest. But then he gets this position as the SEC chair, and all it was political backpatting like crazy. That is a character issue. You got to have competency, but you also got to have character. And that's where he fell down, man. It's not in his understanding of this space, that's for sure. It's in his character. That's where he fell down. All right. So, Golf and Rob asked this question. Okay. Do you think XRP will go to $3 next week? Or not, it's not Golf and Rob. That's Jay. Now I think it's G Tuman, J Juteman. Maybe it's, I'm not sure. But, well, I think it could. Will it? Who knows? I mean, that's the thing. If we had a crystal ball, there would be no need to take risk, would it? We'd all be billionaires kind of thing. I think XRP is going to go beyond its previous all-time high. How long it'll take to get there, that's anybody's guess for sure. Now, hey, David, what are your thoughts on XRP pricing for 2025? There are a lot of different predictions. Well, this is how I look at it. I don't time this market. When we were getting involved, that whole 4-year cycle theory, well, they missed it, man. And, Chocolate Tobler was there. Everyone was calling for December of 2021. You know what happened? It happened in April. Now, that's not missing it by a little. That's missing it by a mile. I'll tell you that right there. I put that out a lot. So if we saw various things happen, could it happen in July? Could it happen in November? Could it happen in December? This is the deal. You've got to be able to navigate it by the environment. Like, for instance, we know when it's winter because, hey, it's cold, it's blustery, maybe there's snow on the ground where you live and all that. Summer, well, it's hot, there's no snow, this kind of stuff. That's how I look at it. I look at it in terms of seasons. Now, I've lived in places where the winter season is way longer than it is in other places. And I've lived in places where, hey, summer is way longer than what winter is, right? Around the world and where we are. You got to be able to gauge it by the environment. And you'll know when we're at the top, and I'm telling you, your paper boys out there telling you, ooh, did you buy any XRP? I'm going to tell you right then, we're probably at the tip top. But that's how I kind of think of it right there. And there's all kinds of price predictions, guys. Anywhere from, we've heard it all from it dropping all the way back down to 20 cents. In fact, who was it there? I used to, oh my goodness, on the tip of my tongue, and maybe it's a good thing that I've forgotten, but he was out there saying, oh, wow, the price of XRP is going to 10 cents. It's going to go to 10 cents. And I had to laugh. I'm like, come on, it's not going to no 10 cents and that kind of thing from where it was. But we've heard price predictions from 10 cents to 10,000 bucks, have we not? Guys, that's where you got to put on your thinking cap right there. Now, I like Quant. I like it. Quant, Don Bertet's asking any thoughts on Quant. Well, I do like Quant. I don't hold any, surprisingly enough, but that's because Judy and I decided that we were only going to hold 10 various investments, and we've more or less kept it to that. So if we did get rid of something, or bought Quant, we would have to get rid of something else. And my convictions are in these other ones. But needless to say, the reason I like Quant is because overledger technology that Quant has is truly huge. You can issue dApps on multiple various ecosystems simultaneously. Like, for instance, you could issue a dApp on Algorand, Cardano, XRP, using overledger technology simultaneously, which I think is really going to be big, because one of the biggest problems that we have in this digital asset space before real retail adoption comes in, not just like what we're doing as speculators, but real adoption and utilization, is, of course, the interoperability issue. So Quant has that. Now, what I like about the ecosystem is the overledger technology itself does not work off of Quant in terms of the blockchain. Quant is an incentive for the developers, and it is really unique in how it does it. Now, there's only about 14 million, I think, Quant ever going to be produced, ever. That's it. Well, hey, Bitcoin's 21 million. Quant's way far below that. And in terms of, I think it could be undervalued right now if you've seen its utility really take off. So that's why I think that. Now, that's my own personal opinion. It's, of course, not financial advice, but you want to research it and figure out what it is and why it works and on and on. Okay. Ondo, Bubba Hayes asks, hey, David, I'm curious on your thoughts on Ondo. The thing is this, I have not really researched it enough to offer a genuine and, unbiased, or, well, of course, every opinion is a little biased, but, I don't know enough about it. That's the honest truth. I really don't. I wish I did, but I don't right now, and maybe I will start looking into it a little more. And Brian, you're most welcome about that. Real world asset tokenization. Russ Bryan's asking, what about real world asset tokenization? Come on, guys. We can see it happening right before our very eyes. These major players that were literally dissing this space like crazy for so long, they're right now singing its praises. And boy, oh boy, are they ever getting out there, and they are absolutely moving forward with real world asset tokenization. So what am I talking about? Larry Fink, and I've said this so many times, he himself is pushing forward the agenda to tokenize securities. We're not talking about tokens getting securitized. We're talking about the equities markets and all these other things getting tokenized. And you want to see derivatives on steroids? Boy, would it. And you got the Depository Trust and Clearing Corp. Now, I've brought this out a number of times. Go and research this. Guys, they put through trillions of dollars of transactional volume per day. And all of these various trading houses have their thumbs in the DTCC pie, And they themselves have gone with R3 for that, instant settlement, and have really implemented a lot of distributed ledger technology in how they are moving this transactional value. Well, come on, it's using XDC, XRP to facilitate that. So if you've got the framework here using it, why, oh why, would the assets themselves not? And this can spin off into so many various areas, commodities, of course, tokenization of gold. How long has that been talked about? And by the way, do you know they're already tokenizing gold in Dubai? Yes, they are. And how about other things like other commodities like oil and natural resources, or sugar, coffee? Hey, I mean, all of these things will be tokenized. Real estate, big time. Do you know what the market cap for real estate is? 360 trillion globally, right? And then that's broken down into residential, agricultural, commercial, and on and on. And you think of that being tokenized, and especially when it comes to, hey, this retail market, let's imagine that, your deed and all that, you don't have to go through escrow. It's done directly. So title insurance. Do you know how many industries are going to be literally snuffed out because of distributed ledger technology? I mean, we've seen it happen in the past. Look at Blockbuster. Who in their right mind at the time Blockbuster was the king of the hill when it came to, renting out videos, was going to go the way of the dodo bird? And they had an opportunity to buy Netflix, if you can believe it. And they didn't. And here we are. I'm telling you guys, it is truly amazing. The wide world is going to change. So that is a great question. Yeah, I love taking those first sips of coffee. Eric is asking a question. Hi, David. Is there any crypto software that you would recommend to help with doing taxes Yes, I do. I would say, and here, guys, let me throw this out there. If you haven't utilized this platform already, let me just pull this up because this is a good question and something we all need to know. And I know we hate taxes. Come on, I worked for them 25 years. I hate taxes. But the thing is this, we are going to have, a system like that. We're going to have some tax. Now, some of them may not all be taxed. Now, let me just go in here and I am going to do a capture of this window. Okay. And I'm going to pull this up here, adjust this, and I am going to cut this over so I can share this, guys, with you and answer the question. Okay. So what this is right here, this is Coinly. Now, it is a crypto tax, platform, and there's other ones. So I'm just showing you this one where almost everywhere around the wide world, you can actually, and what they utilize is APIs with different wallets, exchanges, and all that, and they show you how to do it. They give you a walkthrough. And in fact, in terms of integrations, this is really phenomenal. Look at import from anywhere, connect your exchanges, wallet, blockchain addresses, Coinly securely auto syncs the data from all private sources. Then it pumps out the reports. And guys, just look at it. I mean, every kind of network and wallet you can possibly imagine is integrated in here through APIs. And it's truly something phenomenal. So there are a bunch of them out there. And so that right there is a platform that one can utilize to do that. So it was a great question right there, Eric. Now, the Watcher 1960, I have a very serious question. You seem to know a lot about investing and you make recommendations to people. I have 27,000. Is this? No, this is the deal. And you know what my recommendation is to people? Because I recommend that they go out and have you not heard me say this countless times? Guys, when you're watching me, you're getting my 100% biased opinion. But when it comes to your investing, hey, listen, you want to base that on your convictions. I can share my convictions with you. I cannot give you the confidence that goes with it. And I say this in coaching, just like when we share our faith. Look, what we believe, why we believe it, all of that kind of stuff. And we could sit down and talk to someone till we are blue in the face. We can't give them our faith, right? The Bible even says, taste and see the Lord is good. A person has to take their own bite out of God. So for someone, I have 27,000. Is this going to be enough to retire on? Well, it may be. It may not be. That is a risk tolerance decision. And I'll tell you what, right now, I would never make an investment based on someone else's conviction. I'll tell you that right there. So that is a question only you can truly answer. That is for sure. And it is a serious question, but it's a serious question that you get to answer. Now, in coaching, I'll tell you what, I can't tell you what decision to make, but boy, can I ever teach you how to make that decision. And there is a big deal there. The how you make your decision and the what decision you make are way, way different. That is for sure. Okay. And glitching the matrix. What are your thoughts about XLR's hub and wheel approach? Ripple is going to utilize them to move RLUSD XRP between the chains. Your thoughts? Well, I haven't really investigated it, but if I was to consider it's like a federated sidechain, I think anything that can actually, improve the friction, removing the friction. And there's going to be a lot of different applications. There won't only be one. I think there will be a lot that will come out. And then we'll basically, as the dust settles, we'll prove which one is the most efficient. And my guess is the market is really going to decide how that's going to be. Because it'll be individuals that utilize the system that say, hey, I like this one the best. I mean, come on. Look at the way social media is done now. Some people like, YouTube. Some like Twitter. Some like TikTok. Some like Facebook. On and on and on. The market is showing, hey, what people like the most. Why? Because what gets utilized the most. And that's how I think it'll go down. Now, will Codius and RLUSD increase XRP Ledger as one of the multi-chain facilitators of the Web3? Well, Russ, I think that's a good question. I do believe that RLUSD absolutely has had impacts on the XRP ledger. In fact, because it operates off the ledger, and in fact, more transactional volume on RLUSD has absolutely gone through the XRP ledger. Now, Codius could bring smart contracting in a seamless way to the XRP ledger, which I think would expand the ecosystem like crazy. Now, we do have smart contract capability through some of these federated sidechains, but once Codius, if Codius gets integrated right into the code, I do think that would have an impact for sure. Now, real world asset token coin on Ondo, BlackRock, Trump, World Liberty Finance joined XRP Ledger. Am I wrong to be bullish on this coin? Well, I would say it's not a right or wrong issue, is it? Because you know what? When we look at this space, we're all speculating. There's a measure of that in anything that we do. What I would say is if you're just going into it without doing any research, you might want to revisit that thinking and really research it, because then you're not just winging it. You have a rationale for the decisions you make. All right. Random Thunder. David, I appreciate your videos and have been encouraging as well. I have only been investing in crypto since January, and XRP is my main asset. I'm on disability, and if I can invest, anyone can. Hey, I think that is absolutely true. You know what? Even the smallest amount can make a massive difference, and it's that slow and methodical way. I kid you not. Do you know why most people, they look at it and think, what difference is that going to make? Let me give you this little tale. So you might have heard this before, but it is really wild to listen to. So there's a guy, he's out there on a beach, and he's throwing starfish into the sea. Well, this kid comes along and he looks up and down the beach, and there are literally countless thousands of starfish, on that beach. And the kid says, well, what are you doing? He says, well, I'm just throwing these back into the sea. He says, the kid's looking at all the thousands, realizing this guy could be there for a lifetime and probably won't make a difference. And he says, well, what difference is it going to make? He says. And then the guy bends over, he picks up one of those starfish, because they will die laying on that beach. And he takes it, he flings that thing right into the sea, turns to the kid and he says, hey, it made a difference to that one, didn't it? Don't think that those little actions don't have major results. It does. It can amount to something big down the road. We just don't know. Think about this. What if you had bought 10 Bitcoin? Just 10 Bitcoin way back, or even one. I mean, one Bitcoin's worth about 90 some thousand dollars now. What if when Bitcoin was $100, you just bought 10 of them for $1,000? You'd be a millionaire today, wouldn't you? There you go. So it can make a big difference a little bit. Thank you, David. I felt genuine connection with Digital Outlook, and I've learned so much. You and Judy are truly blessings. Wow, Wade, I appreciate that a lot. Glitching the Matrix. What are your thoughts about? Okay, we got that. Yes, Dylan. Dylan puts out there, and this is a good one too. DuckDuck, so DuckDuckGo is a great web browser. If I think he's talking about DuckDuckGo, which is a search engine, and it doesn't keep track. And I like those. Now I use Brave browser because I really like that one, and it does keep a lot of stuff private. Let me just take a look here. Okay, I don't want to miss anything here. Okay, David, RXS is a real world asset. Thank you. Okay, any AI digital asset? Well, I've heard. I think RSR is a is an AI token, but render. I mean render, not reserve rights. Render is an AI token. You may want to research that one. I think has some good fundamentals there. Now Pamela Flasted, I remember Pamela had my coaching with you, and you were the best places to research. And where are the best? Should I just Google? Well, you know what I did. When I went to research these things, what I did is I actually went to these various websites themselves, And so if I went looking into, XLM, for instance, or I was looking into, XRP or whatever, and another one, a big one, Hedera. What I would do is I would go to their actual website. I read every single thing that they would have on those websites. And if they mentioned any partnerships or anything like that, then I would go to those websites. Then I would also review, different things like a subscriber one time got me to look into the patent office, where they're registering and listing patents. And because I was amazed and shocked, when you research distributed ledger technology, you see the patents in there. Absolutely wild. Now, another thing for news, if you want to catch the sentiment side of things, and this is what I use to kind of get a pulse on the sentiment in the space, is you can go to News Now. and you type in XRP. And what it does is it absolutely sucks all the articles for that day on XRP in there. And you can absolutely go through the hundreds of them, of course, but then you kind of get a gauge of the sentiment. I mean, there's all kinds of analysis. There's sentiment analysis, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and on and on. And it's those things you're peeling back the onion. So that, Pam, is how I would do it. I would literally go to these things and I would start asking questions about each and everything. Research, research, research. And then when you get all that done, you know, you're going to have more questions. And what happens? Questions beget questions, but then you get more answers. More answers begets more knowledge begets more confidence right there. That's how I'd answer that. All right. So let me just see in here. Let me just think down here. Um, Ray says, hey, David, just waking up in Australia. Love your videos. Well, appreciate that. Yeah, that's the thing, too. We got timelines going around the wide world there. Filecoin is an AI data storage crypto. Now, Filecoin has been around quite a while. And Verhoofdy Fluten needs to write about that one there. Graph, yep, Graph is another one. So there's a lot out there. And in fact, by the way, you can literally go to coingecko.com and I think CoinMarketCap as well. You can actually go on there and you can have them list them like the top 10, top 100, top whatever in categories. So DeFi, AI, American issued digital assets, on and on and on. And that is another way to find out a good list of where all these are. Then you get in there and it shows you the, hey, what's the previous all-time high? What is the all-time low? On and on and on. So you get a lot of stats there, circulating supply, you know, total supply, all that kind of information. And of course, it gives you links to the websites. And of course, it tells you where on what platforms. This is a way to measure liquidity. How many exchanges is it listed on? Is it just on DEXs or decentralized exchanges or centralized exchanges? Yeah. I know Firefox is saying, thanks and greetings from the Netherlands. Please be aware of the people in your house. Don't let them take. Yeah, I know my workers are there. These guys are fabulous. I'm going to tell you something, guys. I have, we have had so many different folks come in, and I have literally left the house. I've left the house. Look, and these guys are in here working. I'm going to tell you what, one of the best, and these guys are amazing guys. And I have found, there's a lot of people, they'll think, oh, they won't, I don't know how to put it, but, I'm the kind of person that I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust you right off the bat. Now, I take precautions, obviously, but for the most part, you've got my trust until you lose it, right? That's how I look at it. I don't, I let people build it, but I measure it out. Everyone gets a measure of it, and that's just how I'm going to be. I'm not going to look at people because of how they look, how they dress, where they're from, or anything like that. I'm giving everyone the fair shake, and these guys have been great. I'll tell you that right there. Okay, party time. Brave Browser also. Yeah, Brave Browser does pay you in BAT. That's one way you can earn crypto just by, going out there and, browsing around. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Pam. And remember, hey, you've taken my coaching. You can email me your questions too. Remember, that's out there. So, yes, Velo. I still hold on to the Velo that I have, and I think Velo does have some great fundamentals and good sticking power. I absolutely believe it. Now, that is for me. That's what I believe. It's one of the ones I hold. Okay. What other coins, including ISOs, are the ones you take? Well, I'll tell you what. I share my portfolio in coaching. I really do. I think that there's a value there, and it's not to hold it back. I do try to encourage people in the community, but you want to know my whole and total portfolio, then guys, I give that in my coaching. I share that. We can talk about it. We can, and all the reasons why, because I share the principles that we employed in making those decisions and how we made those decisions, and not just what decisions we made, but why we made them. You're apologetic because it's not just what you believe, it's why do you believe it? Big deal, big deal. ACH. Well, I'm going to have to look into that more and more. But yeah, I will, Raise. I'll take a look at that. Hey, Sweden. Never been to Sweden, but boy, it is probably going to be on our list. Now, Yeah, Amsterdam's not in Sweden, right? That's not in Sweden, is it? I'm not sure. I have been to Amsterdam, so maybe if that's in Sweden, I've been there, but I don't know. My geography, isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? It's gonna get better. Judy has way more experience. She's been to like 32 different countries than I have been. Now you're the best. Okay, YouTube is not a research program. Yes, absolutely, Dylan. I totally agree. YouTube is great for confluence. It is not research. It is not research, guys. Any YouTube you're getting, whether it's mine, somebody else's, look, we're all human beings. We all have a bias. We're all just throwing our opinions out there. Um, Mix. I don't know what fishing is fun. Sorry, Dave, I got you mixed up with common sense crypto. I'm not sure why he's apologizing. Maybe he said something up there. I don't know. But water is. I'm like a duck. It flows off my back like water. I do not keep offense. Never, never, never. Oh, thank you, Verhoofd Flu. Amsterdam is Netherlands. Thank you so much. I know, isn't that bad? But I love that Judy's got some amazing pictures. Now, one of the things I found out about Amsterdam, interestingly enough, we're taking one of these, cruises around the city, in those boats, those ferry boats, and the guy says, there's more bicycles thrown into the dikes. Something like 25,000 bikes a year end up ditched in the water, and I'm like, good gravy train, isn't that something? You'd never think that, but wow, boy, they should dig those up and put them in a melting or a metal recycling plant or something. Um, yeah, there you go, Wade. I believe what I believe because I know that I know that I know that I know. Yep. And that's the only one way to get there. You got to spend the time. Hey, you got to put in the pain. There might be some pain involved there. I will. Oh my goodness. I hear my beloved wife in the background. I want to ask her if she will come in and just say hello to you guys. I think she might, think she will. And if she does, I will go and I will put on my kilt and tartan and the whole bit and be a little treat. I'll see if she'll do it. Let me just see here. And then we'll start winding it up. Fishing, I like CSC too. Yeah. Does having a broker help with the manipulation that goes on? No, it doesn't help with the manipulation that goes on, but what it does help is with liquidity because a lot of these exchanges, what would happen when a lot of volume picked up, and we just recently saw it. Well, you couldn't get out there. You'd have, I think it was Uphold broke down, Kraken had problems, Coinbase had problems. The benefit of a broker, of course, is when you're dealing with one particular exchange, that's your liquidity. So if you're in Coinbase and you're selling on Coinbase, that's it. A broker has access to all of these exchanges, plus maybe some over the counter traders and stuff like that. And they have access to those platforms in ways that you and I don't, right? So when they're shut out for us and the servers aren't available, these guys have, phone contacts that they're able to phone in and do some of their interacting with, just like we can phone our brokers. So there's all kinds of stuff. Do I own Bitcoin? The teensy weensiest bit of it. Yes, I do. But I'll tell you what, I have nothing against Bitcoin. But for me, if Bitcoin goes to 250,000, that's only a 1.5x. If XRP goes to 10x, well, hey, or does a 10x, we're at $20, right? Or $10, we're at like a 5x. So it's ROI. It's the return on investments. Kiva, yeah, I'm communicating with him on X. I want to make sure it was him. Oh, okay, okay. No worries, no worries, no worries. Could the ETFs be held back until Paul Atkins is confirmed? It could. It could. That's a good question. It absolutely could. And I love your name, all in Christ. Well, but I love that. But I also love that Christ is all in me. That is for sure. My body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. How grateful I am for God in my life, I'll tell you. It's Him who led Judy and I into this space, to be sure. Okay. Hey, Mr. Day, blessing to you and guaranteed. Hello, David. May the Lord continue to pray. I appreciate that. Well, I did lose some weight and not a whole lot, but I did use Imperium. It was really, really great. Fishing at Fishing 50/50 is about, well, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think there's real people. Bingo, over the counter. Now, give me a second here. I'm going to just check in on something. I'm going to be right back. So just give me a second.
Hey everybody, it's good to see you. Sorry, I'm cleaning and look a little bit messy, but that's okay. Your family, right? Who cares? It's not about looks. It's so nice to see you all. I guess David's going to put on, I call it his costume, so he'll be right back. How y'all doing today? Let me put on my glasses so I can see. Let's see. Oh, you guys aren't saying anything. So are you guys all anticipating the big pump that we're expecting? Are you guys excited for that? I lost them going. No, I haven't. We don't do Arbiscan, so I don't know what that is. So I don't know. Sorry, guys. Hey, Verhoofy, Flofen. Hi. Can't wait for alt season. Yeah, Kevin, I agree with you. We can't either. Let's see. I love David. He's so real. Yes, Claudia, he is real. You get what you get. I always laugh and say, if you guys were hanging with him every day like I am, you guys would be laughing. Hey, Resist Control. It's good to see you. Hey, Nick Overby. Hi, David. Thanks for the coaching on Wednesday. Kendall Mack from the UK. Thanks for taking the coaching. I really want to encourage you guys. If you haven't taken this coaching while the market's still a little bit just slowly pumping, I would encourage you guys to take it. There's been so many people that have had great benefit from it, and they really do enjoy it, and it makes a difference. And so I encourage you guys to sign up. He's kind of lowering his availability coming soon. And so anyway, take advantage of it. Oh, thanks, Claudia. You're sweet. Hey, Wade T. It's good to see ya. Obsession. It's good to see you. Let's see. Hi, Judy. Did you know your bike in the Amsterdam Canal? No, I did not throw my bike in the Amsterdam Canal, but I did get a good picture of all the bikes. It was very beautiful. It was David's first time out of the continental United States and Canada. So Amsterdam's a very special place in his heart. It's the first time we ever took a travel. Let's see. Yes, Joseph, Benway, I hope we don't have to wait much longer. We're ready to get going with some of our goals too. Yes, Golf and Rob, we're excited about its potential as well. Let's see, this has been the craziest journey, first time round. Matt Parrott, yes, 1984. Yes, the first time you make lots of mistakes, and that's why we encourage you to take David's coaching, because we made a lot of mistakes in our first bull run. We had no idea what we were doing, and we didn't really have a plan, and we didn't know what to do, and we were watching all the YouTubers telling us it's going to pump in January or, November to January, and it was over by April. And so we missed out. And if we would have we paid like 5,000 XRP when it was like at 10 and 20 cents to get some coaching. And the YouTuber never even gave us his exit plan. He never helped us. It was a waste of time and money, but I guarantee you David's will not be. Let's see. Good. Don Burkett. Yes, coaching was great. It does make a difference. Chocolate Tobler. Hi, Judy. Can't wait to meet you and David. Oh, it went too fast. How do I go back down? Let's see. Hopefully you're saying will it make it move? Oh, you guys are writing so fast. Good to see you too, Wade T. Let's see. God bless you guys. Thanks, Obsession. B Holden, XRP. Good. You keep holding. We're going to make some big moves here soon. I've also made many mistakes, mostly selling early. Verhoofdy Flofen, take David's coaching. You won't make that same mistake twice. Moon party soon. Yes, behold an XRP. I hope so. Let's see. Haley Jade said, were you nervous during the first bull run or just excited? We put almost all of our savings in and we have 4 kids. I'm excited but really nervous also. Yes, Haley, it is scary. And that's why it is worth the money to get coaching, because it's scary. It's exciting when you see it going up, 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 just like the last move. If you got it from 30 cents, 50 cents, and it went up to $3, you're like, oh my God, oh my God. And then you don't know, am I supposed to sell? What am I supposed to do? So coaching really, really helps. So I would encourage you, it's not a waste of money, and it's a write-off for your taxes because it's considered coaching. And so it'll help with your taxes with your tax man, because it's teaching and training. So that's something to remember too. Let's see, Golf and Rob, I will be signing up for coaching soon. My daughter lives in McKinney, so we know the area well. Yeah, we love McKinney. It's beautiful here. Let's see, Caspin73, Judy, have you been to Sweden? Actually, I have. I've traveled the world a lot more than David. Sweden is gorgeous. And I went and we took a train. I lived in the former Soviet Union. I was a missionary there in Belarus. And so I would take tours all around. I've been to Finland, Sweden, Norway. I've been all over. Yes, it's gorgeous. Very beautiful, Caspin. I would love to take David there sometime. Let's see, just my 2 cents. Right now, you can add your last will and testament as a memo soon. You'll be able to do it legally on the blockchain. Yeah, probably. Everything's going on the blockchain. Let's see, David Armstrong, just started with crypto in November. So glad I found David. Yes, we're glad you found us too. And I want to tell y'all, if you have not hit that subscribe button, we got to get David to that 100,000. That is his goal. He wants that placard right back there on the wall. So you guys help us join the fun and get him up there. So please hit the like and subscribe and help get this live stream out going too. Let's see, where else? David Armstrong. Oh, yeah, I just read that. Wonderful. Mr. Dylan Roberts. Hey, Judy, how you doing? I'm good. Looking forward to seeing you when you come to the UK. We love the UK. Yes, we are looking forward to coming to the UK as well. Haley Jade, hi, to the coaching with David. It was great. Good, Haley, I'm glad. That's awesome. It is great, and it does make a difference. And y'all need to do it, because once it starts pumping, he'll probably not be able to do it as much. So I would do it now while you can. Would love to get in the coaching session. David Armstrong, do it. Go for it. It's worth it. And like I said, I'm sure it's a write-off on your taxes because it's training, and we need to offset those crypto gains. So that would be good. Let's see. Ryan F. OMG, you have been everywhere. You have been everywhere. Are you from Canada as well as David? No, I'm a born and raised California girl in Southern California. Raised my family there until I went and was a missionary for 12 and a half years overseas in Belarus and Ukraine. So yeah, I'm a dual citizen though. I'm Canadian and American. So yeah, now David is too. He just got his passport today. I don't know, he probably didn't show you, but he's so excited. He feels official now. Let's see, Alexis Ann had coaching session with David, very informative, and David is very engaging and transparent with his own experiences. Yes, and he goes way too long with all y'all. So you'll get your money's worth. Believe me, he loves to talk to you guys. He really values his coaching time with you, and he always goes over an hour, just so you know. Let's see, NL Firefox, do you see XRP just as a digital asset, or do you think there's more to it? Oh, definitely there's more to it. It's the wave of the future, and we need to be involved in it. So yeah, in David's coaching, he kind of gives you some guidance and coaching about your plan and strategy so that you know what to do. But I would say we're always going to hold something in it. We probably will never sell all of it. Let's see, Joseph Benway, David is the one government agent I trust. I worked for the government of Canada too, actually, but I promise you, it gave us good insights into where this crypto market is going, but it's certainly, something that we value, and David talks about that in his coaching, I'm sure. But yeah, David has a lot of wisdom. He is a brainiac, you guys. Like, he is so smart, as you guys know, and he has so much. He used to train like high people and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, he makes things that are boring topics really encouraging and fun and engaging. And he always had really good feedback when he worked for the government, and he did all these boring training like on deemed trust and things. I'm like, I don't even know what that is, but yeah, it was boring. But anyway, people loved him. So yeah, it's worth it. Let's see. Claudia Miranda, are you coming to Florida in March? Yes, we are coming to Florida in March. We're going to be at the Quantum Financial Summit. I think it's in Cape Canaveral. So if y'all are in the area, come on down, and we'd love to see you and meet you and have a picture and hang out. We would love that. We love meeting our community. Let's see, David Armstrong. How do I sign up for David's coaching? Go ahead and go to digitaloutlook.com, and there's a calendar there, and you'll see his coaching, and you just pick the date that you want that he's available and pay, and you're in, and he'll meet up with you. If you have any questions, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. But go ahead and check it out while you're on the live stream. If you have any questions, I can answer it for you until David comes back. Let's see. XQ, congrats on 45,000. Yay! I know. Do you see XRP as the fabric of the future in efficiency and transparency? 100%. Yes, XQ, 100%. Yes. Oh, you're welcome, David. Go check it out. So, do you guys have any other questions for me while David's doing his thing? Nope, you guys are pretty quiet. I don't know. It's a pretty gloomy day here today, so I don't know where you guys are or what your weather's like, but it's kind of boring here and nothing too exciting. So it's a good cleaning day and organizing for me. And anyway, oh, I wanted to tell you, you guys sometimes ask about David's coffee cups. Yes, he has a lot of coffee cups. We usually collect them when we go traveling, and we just found out that the coffee cups aren't being made anymore by Starbucks. Not that we really drink Starbucks coffee, but we like the cups because it represents the area that we visited. And so we're not real Starbucks fans actually, but we like their cups, that's for sure. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, retracted. Okay. So yeah, we appreciate you guys following us and sharing along. Please, I'm going to check my phone. Hit that like and subscribe, guys. We need to get his channel up there. I'm his promoter. How's that? I'm his number one fan. So I always tell him, tell everyone to like and subscribe. Let's see. Let me go to where we are here. Is there any other questions? Let's see. Cody Hub. Wait, it's moving too fast. Cody Hobgood. I've been holding XRP for years and I've been excited to meet y'all at XRP Las Vegas, but my wife is expecting around then, so I won't be able to make it this year. Next year, though. Oh, for sure. We'll always go to the XRP conference for sure. And congratulations on the baby. That's awesome, Cody. We'll pray that your wife has a very easy delivery and that everything goes well and you enjoy your precious little baby. Let's see. Verhoofdy Flufen. David puts his kilt on both legs at once. I know. Oh, he's putting on the little knife and everything. I'm sure he's putting the whole getup on. That's what's taking so long. Let's see. Haley J. Do you guys think it's smart to reinvest earnings from crypto in real world assets after we take profit out? Oh, absolutely. You can't go wrong with that. Salt Light. Sorry guys, it went so fast. I don't know. I can't go back down. I didn't see that. Let's see. Something about except for that signed hat from Brad. Yeah, that's his pride and joy. If there's a fire, he'll make sure I'm out and then the hat for sure. Let's see. Caspin73. Which team do you support tonight, Canada or US? US. Joseph Benway, how did you guys meet? We knew each other way back. Our families knew each other. And so when both of our marriages crashed and burned, we ended up getting together again and talking, and that's how we kind of got together. And this year we're celebrating 18 years, so that's kind of exciting. Graham Davison, when you visit Scotland, I can point you in some great places to eat and visit you looking well. Oh, David's Scottish, so of course he would love to go to Scotland. My dad was Scottish, so that would be awesome. Claudia, can't wait to meet you here in Florida. Yes, we're excited too. Oh, here he comes. I can hear him clicking in his shoes. Okay, here he is, folks.
So this
Wait, here, let me move the mic. Here.
So I picked this up when we were in the UK, and this is my family tartan. So there's my sporran, there's my ski and do right there. And by the way, it is legit. It's a real one.
You got your knife. Don't hurt anybody. Let's see.
I won't hurt anybody. And then I got my kilt pin there. And I got my ghillie brogues on. Now I tied them really quick, so they may not be tied perfectly as they're supposed to be. But what do you guys think? I just thought I would throw that out there, just a little bit of a laugh and what. But it's pretty nice.
Resist Control says, Dave, please don't show your Big Mac.
Oh yeah, what's underneath?
No.
I'm only kidding.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Snapper Slapper 007 is having a crypto property party in Venice, Florida on March 29th and 30th. You should check it out. Oh, I wish we could. He'll be working probably.
Well, I think it conflicts with one of our other
schedules. He's living the part. True Scotsman, I hope. Yeah.
Yes, we are.
GMCM, let's see.
Yeah.
in the black. Whoa, you guys are going so fast. Dapper Scotsman, so cool. Very smart. I'll be there, Snapper.
Yeah.
Very smart.
And
William
my
Wallace.
knobby knees.
Oh yeah.
Now I've taken.
Nice legs. Oh yeah, he has like little bird legs.
Here,
Oh, you're done. You're going to continue
No,
on your
no.
whole thing.
Well, I can sit and talk. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
finish off in it. But anyway.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for talking with me. Oh, they want you to move. Show us some moves. Do a little Scottish jig.
Oh, you mean like a Scottish Highland dance?
Yeah, I'd like to see that too. He'll probably sprain his ankle.
Oh my God, I can't. I'll probably slip and bust my backside.
Yeah, don't do that. Well, bye, guys. It was so nice talking to you. Be blessed, and I'm sure I'll see you guys in Florida or at the XRP Vegas. Blessings. Bye now.
Thank you, sweetheart.
It took you so long.
It did. It took a long time. It's a lot to get on, you know. And hey, the XRP hat just goes almost fantastic with it. But I thought it'd be nice to I don't get too many opportunities to put this on, you know. Man, it cost a fortune, that's for sure. But oh my gosh, who knows? But oh, yeah, but I have taken Judy out to some Robbie Burns events wearing this and stuff like that, and it is such a blast. And of course, you get different pipe bands in and traditional Scottish haggis and all the other things, and so it is absolutely amazing. I think, guys, if you've got like a traditional heritage and stuff like that, you ought to get out there and just make it a part. So I don't really have a UK accent because, of course, I was born in the Maritimes in Canada. Now, here's my little skiing dude. This is the little, traditional. And it's a dress one, obviously, but it's got a real blade. And I'll tell you what, the thing is very sharp. I wouldn't want to be taking that out now. I don't know, but I've literally had to wear that. So Arlo just says he just returned from Scotland. And Clan McKay here, hoofty fluting. That's fantastic. Well, we're McDonald from the Isles. And so that's the tartan you're seeing here is McDonald's from the Isle and, green tie and whatnot. And of course this is just now this is not the formal dress of wear because you get black tie and you can black tie it and all that kind of stuff. And, it is a lot of fun. And believe it or not, these kilts are so comfortable. I thought, because it's woolen, it's going to be so itchy and scratchy. Actually, it's not. And the way in which you fasten them is quite amazing as well. It just kind of wraps around. It has a little leather belt piece that comes through the kilt. And then it comes and fastens on the other side. Of course, the kilt pin keeps it down there. And that type of stuff. And it is so comfortable. And I truly enjoy it. Now, my kids are like, oh my gosh. I said, look, you're going to be putting me into a casket wearing that thing one day if Jesus tarries, And so I actually love it. So, yeah, and it is really, they're very comfortable. Now, of course, you get a genuine kilt. And they come in different ounces, in terms of like, they can be pricey. They can be pricey because, of course, it's the material. They're handmade. This was handmade in Scotland. And my ghillie brogues were made in Scotland. Everything on here was made in Scotland. Absolutely everything was made in Scotland. And this is wool. This is a wool suit, so it can get kind of warm, And yes, I am. Well, I'm not half Scottish. I'm actually fully Scottish. I was adopted. Ryan's asking, are you half Scottish? And no, I'm not half. I'm a full Scot. I was adopted by, and that's why I have an English name. Branscombe is about as English as you can get. I was adopted by an English family. And boy, do I love the UK, love Scotland, and all that kind of jazz. And so, yes, and Robert Burns, Robert Burns, of course, is, the whole, in the days of Old Lang Syne, that was one most people know. And that is, Robert Burns is well known for that. So we call him Robbie Burns, of course, and stuff like that and whatnot. Now, do I ever wish I could speak Gaelic? But I can't. I'm sure there's some out there. Maybe Verhoofty Flutin knows a little Gaelic, but I don't know any. And I wish that I did. No, I think now maybe I would if I said something I would probably butcher it, if I said anything. And so anyway, I thought that that would be a little treat for our community and stuff like that, and getting out there and sharing my background heritage as a Highlander, as a Scottish guy, and stuff like that. And I cannot wait. I still have actually I got blood relatives, over in Scotland. I've never met a whole branch of my family that exists over there. Goodness knows. My son went and he actually came back. He took a picture of something that was painted. It was in an art gallery. It was painted, I think, the 1500s, 1600s. And I kid you not, spitting image of my uncle David, my namesake. It looked exactly like him. He said, goodness sakes, this looks like Uncle David. And so you can see that we still got some of the same physical traits that are tracing on down all throughout the generations. So it is absolutely amazing. So guys, I've really enjoyed it. I thank you so much. You've made it such a pleasure for Judy and I to be out here and celebrate, and actually hit these milestones. 45,000 subscribers, that is a massive deal. And from around the wide world, this community, it incorporates practically every nation and people group that is on the earth. And I have had the privilege, by the way, of coaching folks and talking with folks from literally around the wide world, from New Zealand up into the UK, of course, Ireland, Scotland, all that, and to the Middle East, all around, like Saudi Arabia, even Israel and different places like that, India, the Southeast Asia, South America for sure, North America for sure, all around the wide world. And it truly is humbling and amazing how we are transcending borders as communities. And it's to me, it is joy to my spirit, really is joy to my spirit, because I just think that's how God meant it. I mean, he made us with such variety, and that is something I genuinely love. One of my favorite songs is called Colored People by, oh my goodness, oh my gosh, it's a really, I'm going to have to look it up. I can't believe that I'm forgetting Colored People. And it is an amazing song. If you've never heard it before, I think it is Jars of Clay, but yeah, I think it's Jars of Clay. And I'm just going to take a look at it. No, it's DC Talk. It's DC Talk. Actually, I don't know if you can do this, but this is on YouTube. Now, I don't know if it's possible, but let me just see if I can't click into this thing and see if we're able to. I don't know if you can do this, but I know you can share screen. And let me just, I'm going to try different. Oh, I think I can do it this way. So I'm going to share my window and I'm going to see if we can, but if I do, you know what? I'm going to get a strike. I'm going to get a strike. What I was going to say, and I'll just do a window capture here. And let me just go in here. All right, go okay. All right, and bring this up here. Okay, and see if I can't get this back to where. Okay, so if you want to know what the song is and what it sounds like, go listen to this right here, Colored People by DC Talk. It is amazing. I really love it. Big time, big time, big time. Um, Atlantic Living is saying, I know I'm not playing it. I'm just showing my Judy saying, David, you're going to get a strike. I'm like, okay, okay, okay. I won't do it. So let me just put that back over there and cut this back over here. But that's where it is. And, but guys, I'll tell you what, I've enjoyed it so much. I hope you have an amazing Saturday. We're going to jet here, but I really love you. And it was great to come out and celebrate something we all did together. Absolutely. 45,000 subscribers. And hey, we're trying to get to that elusive 50,000 subscribers. So if you have not yet subscribed yet, guys, would you give us a like and subscribe? Because I'll tell you what, we would love to have you being a part of this community, to be sure. So guys, I'll tell you you what, enjoyed it so much. And I wish you all the best of the weekend. Remember, tomorrow we're going to have our Sugar on Sunday, amazing nuggets of encouragement. And we're going to be back on Monday and sharing a lot of what's going on in this ecosystem. And before we go, why don't we just take a look over here at what the price of XRP is right now? I haven't even looked at it. So we could be doing something good. We could be just, who knows? Guys, we are holding strong at $2.77 on XRP, and this is truly wild. Truly, truly wild. Let me just go in here and just take a look, and there it is, XRP, and it is looking great, guys, 277. So I'll tell you what, until tomorrow and on Monday, have a fabulous one, guys, and take care.